Wrestling has more than one royal family. Acknowledge me.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I'm one half of your dynamic duo, Twisted, alongside Brother Pyro.
What up, what up, what up?
And today we are talking Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah.
Where female and male superstars will climb a, 10-foot ladder?
I believe so.
10-foot ladder to retrieve a briefcase hanging above the ring that holds a contract to a title shot. No longer just a main event title.
A title of their choosing.
We saw Austin Theory go for
the U.S. title.
So, you want to get us started? I know you are very invested in this match that we have first on our list.
In a battle of a very personal rivalry.
7 years in the making, to be exact.
Thank you. Rollins Balor World Heavyweight Championship. Now you said it. This goes back about 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam, inaugural Universal Champion Finn Balor, kind of looking at a measure of revenge at Rollins for injuring him and not giving us the title reign that we all deserved, including him. This is going to be really fun to watch because both of these men are wizards in the ring.
They are, and when they work together, I mean, we already saw it once at SummerSlam. They work very beautifully together.
It is magic. But unanimously, we all have Seth freaking Rollins picking up the win, retaining his gold, and I, much like Desario, definitely see this going into SummerSlam.
I definitely do too. Me and Flash were actually talking about that when I was getting his predictions. We both see it going into SummerSlam. He doesn't see the title coming off of Rollins just yet. He wants a little bit more of a reign for this. He sees it going into SummerSlam and Finn picking up the win there as like a full circle moment. But he definitely sees Finn picking up the title eventually.
Look at him. He's invested.
He is. I mean, these are two of his favorite superstars. So.
Okay, I'm so proud because think about it. We wouldn't have gotten all of that from him previously.
No, and it's great that he's really invested in this.
I'm so happy.
So, next match on our card, we have the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, the Civil War blood feud. They did a very beautiful promo package last night on SmackDown to kind of culminate everything with this match coming up.
They gave us how it started.
What happened to get to this exact point, what happened last week, the week before, that really pushed the Usos over the edge. And I think it's, honestly, Michael Cole says it best. He's a narcissist. And he's just overly controlling to the point where, the Usos aren't themselves.
He pushed his own family away.
Yeah, facts. So to all of us, aside from Desario, we choose the Usos to win this. Desario sees Roman and Solo picking up the win.
He thinks it's too early for the Usos.
I don't think it's too early.
He thinks it's too early in the Civil War Bloodline feud for the Usos to pick up the win. He does ultimately see them winning out the rivalry, not this battle.
I don't see them losing this just because of the fact that they have been through so much, and we're going to hear more about it from Roman if they were the ones to pick up the win.
And here's my thing. My whole thing is I think it's going to be the Usos. They're going to pin their brother.
Yeah.
Roman's going to throw a hissy fit, blame Solo for why they lost.
And then Solo's going to turn.
It's going to be there's going to be a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Because Roman's going to be like, I'm not going out with a loss.
Yeah.
There's going to be the rematch. Solo's going to get pinned again. And then it'll cause him to turn. And long-term storytelling, everybody does their own thing after that.
Yeah, pretty much.
After, beating the absolute dog shit out of Roman.
All right, take us into our next one.
Women's Money in the Bank: Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Zelina Vega, Bailey, Io Sky, and Trish Stratus.
I thought you were going to say Hall of Famer first, so I was like letting you fix yourself
Nope,
there.
I am introducing everybody as the competitors that they are. Her Hall of Fame status right now means
nothing.
absolutely nothing.
All right.
We're a little spread out around this one. Surprisingly, nobody went Stark. Nobody went Trish.
No.
But myself, me and you decided to go with Becky.
Yes.
Desario and Hex with Io.
Yep.
And Flash with the surprise of all surprises, true ultimate underdog story. Zelina takes the briefcase in his eyes.
Yeah, he believes that she needs a title reign.
I've been saying that for how long?
For forever. And I actually have Hex's reason this time.
Oh my god, she gave you a reason.
She did. So she
Good,
chose
because
Io.
Desario didn't give me one.
She chose Io because with her recent spats with Bailey, she thinks that this is the right pick in her opinion. This is going to be the one if something's going to cause between her and Bailey, where Io's going to be the one that picks up the win.
See, and I can see where she's coming from. I can definitely see this being the ultimate divide between them two.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I don't see either one winning. That personal issue between the two is going to cost them the match.
All right. Well, we will just have to see, won't we? All right. Take us into our next match.
This one's you.
This one's me. I was going to go for the women's tag.
All right.
I'll let you have this one back to back.
Intercontinental Championship, Gunther and Matt Riddle. All right. Now, I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a little behind. I've been slacking a little bit because of work and such.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how we got to this point.
I think, if I remember correctly, because my memory is not the greatest and I should have taken notes with it, but unfortunately I was slacking as well because of Baby Crossroads. But I believe Gunther this had started because Riddle was helping Sammy and KO against Imperium, and he just kind of got in Gunther's face and was like, "Look, dude, I'm challenging you for this. Screw it, we're doing it." So, I believe that's kind of how this culminated. I could be wrong, but I know that there were a lot of tenses between Riddle and Gunther leading up to when, Sammy and KO were fighting against Imperium. So, and that was their partner for most of it. So,
oh yeah, I'm excited because both of these both of these men can provide very physical matches and are great strikers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see both of their chests after this.
I know you are.
Oh my god, Riddle might actually get his chest caved in. Because I'm sorry, for him being the striker that he is, he's a very tiny dude.
He is, but I mean, especially a lot more power behind his strikes because he's very underestimated with power.
I am so excited for this match.
I agree. Take us through
all but Hex decided Gunther was going to retain the title. I just think it's not gonna be Riddle now.
Do you see Riddle eventually taking this off of him?
I can see him holding this gold. I don't know if Riddle is the right opponent to take the title off of him. We'll have to wait and see how things play out in the future.
Okay.
But all right.
Alrighty. Next up, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defend against Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, the former champs that had to relinquish due to Liv Morgan's injury. It is a unanimous pick where all of us are choosing Ronda and Shayna. Obviously, more or less because of their dominance.
They're working like a well-oiled machine right now.
I really wish that when it was the chance to combine the titles, which
it would have been Alba and Isla.
I really wish it would have been.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm still heartbroken over it, but I don't see this being the end for that team.
Yeah.
After this match, I feel like they're going to come out and be like, "Yo, we want a rematch. Let's get it." And they're going to throw that challenge out there.
Alright. That is that for that match. Not really much building to it. Not really much to say. I mean,
other than, hey, we didn't lose.
We definitely never lost our titles, so we want a rematch, and we only had to relinquish due to injury. Take us into the next one.
Men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Mhm.
The human highlight reel Ricochet. L.A. Knight. Yeah! I will never not say it that way. The King of Strong Style Shinsuke Nakamura. LWO's Santos Escobar. Brawling Brutes Butch. Judgment Day's Damian Priest. And the YouTube megastar Logan Paul.
Now, let me ask you something before you go on with our predictions. Why the hell you introduce them like that, but you couldn't do that for the women?
Because in reality, there was only like 3 women that actually had nicknames, and
You had the man Becky Lynch still. You had
Zoe Starks.
Zoe Stark, LWO's Zelina Vega, Damage Control's Bailey and Io Sky, and Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. The only one that didn't have anything was Zoe fucking Starks.
Trish Stratus is lackey.
I mean, you could have called her Trish Stratus' lapdog at that freaking point. But no, let's let the women just flop on their like announcement, but let's hype the fucking men up.
I think, alright,
So sexist.
that is rude and a lie, and you know it.
Currently, that was sexist.
Okay, yes, there was a moment. Shut up.
Take us through our predictions.
Alright. First off, I'm excited for this match.
I am too.
We can see Ricochet and Logan Paul top the moment that they had at Mania.
Maybe.
I hope so. Because, oh my god. That was amazing. And then you threw ladders involved. Yay!
Take us through the predictions, Pyro.
Alright. So we're a little all over the place. I want to pick your brain. Because you decided to pick Mr. Damian Priest.
I did. I think that if Damien is the one that wins, that puts a lot more of a dagger in Judgment Day, because there's already a very rocky bout between
Damien's
him.
about to get excommunicated.
There's a very rocky bout between him and Finn, and if he were the one to pick up the win with the Money in the Bank briefcase, I have a feeling he will cash it in on Finn, because I could see it playing out to where it's not even just anything you can do, I can do better. No.
I was going to say, do anything you can to succeed.
No. I don't see that. What I see is if Finn loses today, we go all the way to SummerSlam. Finn picks up the win. And then Damian holds on to this entirely for Finn's reign. What if Finn's reign comes close to Money in the Bank next year? Damian only has a year to cash this in. He's going to be like, bro, I'm not going to let my chance get wasted. I'm cashing it in, and that's the fall of the Judgment Day.
Well, the whole premise of the Money in the Bank ladder match and the whole premise of Judgment Day is do what you can to get to the next level. I'm going to step on whatever neck I have to continue to move forward.
But he's already promised Finn that he will not cash in on him as long as Finn is champion. So what if it comes to close to a year? That this is my thought when I was picking who I wanted, like who I thought was going to win this. This is my thought process. It stays in his hand for close to a year. We're just before Money in the Bank, and he goes, bro, I'm about
to lose this, man.
I'm not going to lose this. I'm not going to squander my chance. And Finn goes, nah, dude, just cashing in on a lower title. No, I'm cashing it in on you. And there's the fall of the Judgment Day.
I mean, who's to say Finn is holding the title by this time next year? If he's holding the title at all.
I just say that that's what happens.
I mean, I can see it. I like that. I do think that this definitely, if Priest wins, and depending on where this match is on the card, this is going to add some pressure to Finn, no matter how you slice it.
All right.
Because, all right, he got the job done for the team.
Now
I have to. I don't have a choice.
Yep.
Because as soon as he fails to get it done, the rest of Judgment Day is going to have something to say about it.
All right.
Speaking of Judgment Day, why the hell does Rhea not have a match? Out of all of them, Rhea is the only one that doesn't have a match. And I want to point out, she has a title that has not been defended since Puerto Rico.
I had no clue why she don't got a match. She should have.
I'm just saying.
I miss the days where the titles were defended
regularly,
and even on pay-per-views like this, you saw your main titles. I mean, honestly, I love Gunther and Matt, but we could have gotten that on SmackDown. We could literally on Raw.
I would say we got the U.S. title match on SmackDown yesterday. Great match, by the way.
That's what I was thinking. But at the same time, we could have had that on Raw, and we could give Rhea a match here.
I would say, honestly, because the build hasn't been that great, I can see that.
And even Asuka's, too. Could have waited for tonight.
Right.
Charlotte's not in the Money in the Bank ladder match at all.
But they're talking about adding her.
Take us through the rest of the predictions.
All right. So, Flash and Hex picking Logan Paul.
Hex's reason is if it wasn't Logan, she was going LA Knight, but she feels that it would be Logan more than anybody.
All right. And myself and Desario picking LA Knight. Yeah! You shake your head all you want, you know it's always going to happen.
I'm going to have to put a headphone warning in here.
Why do you think I'm standing so far from the mic?
Alright.
The momentum for him right now and his crowd reaction is just too great to not pull that trigger right now. I do want to talk about the personal rivalry that we've kind of homegrown between LA Knight and Logan Paul, though. That was... Okay, you're not going to tell me that he didn't have a valid point on Monday when he called out Logan Paul. He makes YouTube videos for 14-year-olds and is considered a megastar. Kind of got a point.
Yeah, whatever. I could care less about the either two.
I know. All
My
right.
only other pick aside from Damian Priest would have been Butch, but that's because my FKA Pete Dunne should get a title match.
All right. I speaking of Butch and Brawling Brutes specifically, I just read an interview that Sheamus did recently.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't feel that the group is being utilized properly.
They're not.
He definitely feels like WWE's kind of dropping the ball. Like, they're not taking full advantage of what each man can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, that's actually kind of funny to hear. Sheamus, of all people, because you know Sheamus is hard company man.
Yeah.
So for him to have something negative to say
about the company, yeah,
for like the first time ever, surprises me. And I'm just like, good on you, man. Stand your ground.
I entirely agree. Going into our main event, we have Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Now, you, Flash, and Desario all chose Cody Rhodes to win. Whereas me and Hex, for the exact same reasoning, have picked Dominic Mysterio to win this. We both feel, and I entirely agree with her on this, that Brock Lesnar is going to get involved and Cody is going to lose. One way or another, Cody is going to lose this match. It's either going to be...
All right, so I messed up in giving you predictions.
Oh?
Desario actually picked Dom for the same exact reason that you guys have. Brock interferes.
It's either Brock interferes or the rest of Judgment Day interferes. Mommy interferes.
I can definitely see it being more likely mid-match to be Mommy than Brock. And with this being the main event, I do feel that Brock is planning on being there. Yeah. But I think it's going to be a post-match attack. Like, hey, round 3, let's go.
I think that
that's what I see.
They've been teasing it for a little while. And going off of, Mommy being the one to come out, I think we could see Brandy Rhodes.
Ooh. Well, there's been rumored about a lot of big things and a lot of names potentially showing up. Lesnar's return, possibly the debut of Brandy. We could also see, rumored, nothing confirmed, the return of either McIntyre or or both.
Or Bray. That's another name that's rumored. I mean, it could be any of the above. I just think if Mommy gets involved, we might possibly see the debut or the re-debut, because she was formerly in WWE under the name of Eden as a
I
ring announcer.
I forgot about that.
But I see the return of Brandy Rhodes.
I can see it. I can really see it.
That's my only other option for this match.
I think honestly that is more likely than, a Brock mid-match attack. Again, no.
I don't see Brock mid-match. I see
post-match.
I see end, like late to end of the match, Brock. But if any attack is going on mid, it's definitely Rhea.
Yeah, and again, Priest and Balor coming out of the back.
Yeah.
To help. But like I said, I don't see Brock getting involved until after. Win or lose, Brock's gonna come out, attack Cody, and be like, all right, and come out on Monday. So round 3.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
I guess we'll just have to, my favorite words, wait and see.
Yeah, buddy.
And you'll know about it in our post-show, our recap that we come out with. That is the end of Money in the Bank. We don't really have much of a big card, but then again, you have the 2 ladder matches that can go for ever.
Before we end, I do want to say happy birthday to Wrestling Crossroads family member Hex.
Yes.
Because we're not just going to let the birthday celebration happen. We're not going to talk about the pay-per-view landing on her birthday without wishing her a happy birthday.
Touche.
We did it for me last weekend.
No, you did it for you last weekend.
Yeah. Well, you weren't going to.
Let's see if a pay-per-view lands on my birthday, and then we'll be special. Yeah, exactly.
Your birthday's also 2 days after SummerSlam this year.
Well, we'll see. Alrighty, guys.
You act like I wouldn't show you birthday love on the podcast there, too. Even if it is 2 days early.
Alright, guys, we are wrapping up. That is the end of Wrestling Crossroads for Money in the Bank. We will see you at the recap.
Later, enjoy the show.